what's on my mind and put it out there. I've been trying to. I recognized in myself a little while ago the potential for overthinking, obviously. And as a result, I've been trying to limit myself from analyzing and thinking too much about things, and that's why you haven't seen a lot of videos from me lately. Part of why, anyway. But, and yeah, I think that exploring the more emotional and intuitive side of myself is definitely something that I need to be doing, but shutting off my analytical mind and my ability to think about things is also not, it's not so cut and dry. So anyway, I don't know, I don't know, but I just feel the need to think and then talk about what I'm thinking. I've been struggling. My struggle is one of control. About 8 months ago, 8 or 9 months ago, I had a moment where it just became so clear to me that my life as it was and who I was absolutely a lie. That I was not living the life I was supposed to be living, and I was not being the person I was supposed to be, and I reached a point of just absolute desperation and surrender, and I asked God, even though at that time I had no conscious contact with God or the universe or any of that stuff. I was so cut off through my own just my own limitations that I'd put up in the way of all of that, you know, from the medication I was on to just the story I was telling myself about me and life and everything. I was so detached from truth, it was not even funny. I was living a complete and utter lie. And I recognized that for a split second, and it was more than I could handle. And it caused me to just call out in absolute desperation to a God that I didn't even know whether or not it was there, to just take my life and the mess that I'd made of it and make it what it was supposed to be. I had no idea what that was going to entail. And at the time, I thought it was going to be a hell of a lot easier than it's been, and than it's probably going to be from here. I thought I could just, change a couple things that were obvious, and everything would be fine. But the truth is, that life and that person that I was had to be absolutely and completely destroyed. And that's what's happening now. That's the process that I'm still undergoing. And it's scary and it's painful. And I've been trying to hold on to control at the same time. I've been trying to, I want all the benefits of this, but I don't want them to come at a cost that I can't live with. And so it's like, I'm asking God to take control, but shown some things about myself that I would rather not look at. And I've tried to deny them. And I know that one of the things that I've done, that I do, is I beat myself up for everything I do. And I've finally realized that that is just another way of avoiding responsibility for what I do and the choices I make. Because it's not, it's a way of turning it around and making it about me and making myself a victim, which is the absolute it's just such manipulation. I've been selfish, and I've hurt somebody that I love and care about, and I mean, it's not the first time, but it hurts me, and I have to, that's the consequence. I think I've lost them. That's the consequence. And it doesn't matter if I could justify what I did. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that other people have done worse things. It doesn't matter. It's time for me to take responsibility for myself. It's time for me to commit to doing what I know to be right. It's not enough to just ask for forgiveness later. And I'm not perfect, but I do know it's right, and I am breaking down. This version of me that is still largely made up of lies is breaking down, and I just have to have the courage to let it keep happening, because I know that the truth of what's waiting for me, if I can let go of all of this, is so much more than what I've been. The potential in me to be loving and creative and just everything that I know I can be is what this is all for. And if I chicken out, if I take the easy way, I will never reach it. So, I want to read you guys something here. I've been doing, it's these things called Runestones. They're basically, it's like an ancient Scandinavian oracle and divination kind of things, sort of like tarot cards or the I Ching. And it's just sort of like you draw the stones and they give you guidance or whatever. I use it to kind of ask God or the universe for clarity from time to time, and this is what I pulled today. It's actually, there's a book that I usually use that has interpretations of the stones. This is from it's from a website actually, it's just somebody else's interpretation, but it really speaks to me, so I just wanted to read it to you guys. Okay, invoking need is more powerful than wishing, and what we need and what we desire are not always the same. In this sense, this rune can protect us from ourselves, but its lessons are often harsh. The force of the past exerts its effect on us in the present. Previous action catches up with us and attempts to restrain and restrict future action. However, armed with humility, we can learn our lessons not only from our own errors, but the mistakes and successes of others. Action covered by this rune is rooted in common sense. The magic of common sense is that it is not so common, because our desires and our ideals eclipse our true need and perception of real circumstances. That is fucking key for me right now. I need to get back in touch with my intuition and stop copping out. Anyways, okay. As a war rune, this rune empowers the invoker to have the courage and wisdom to recognize what must be done in an otherwise complex situation. Necessity is the mother of invention. It is connected with the harshness of reality. We have a painful fear of necessity and a love-hate relationship with our needs. Our need for fire as a species is balanced with our fear of the power of fire. Consider this well, and you will develop a profound understanding of this rune. Anyway, that's just what I'm contemplating right now. Resistance and restraint. I have to forgive myself, but not in the sense of excusing what I've done so that I can just feel better and do it again, but actually forgive myself so that I can do things differently. I need to start making more videos again, you guys. Whether or not anyone out there is appreciating them or whatever, I don't know what it is. It seems crazy, it seems weird, but these videos just help me to get clear and stay honest with myself. I have to be honest. Honesty is God. I have to stop lying to myself and other people. I'm going to make a whole video on honesty in a little bit, like, sometime soon. Anyways, I don't want anyone's pity, I don't want anyone's reassurance even, really, because this is the consequence of what I've done. And I'm gonna sit with it for as long as I need to be able to learn from this. There's a song called A Song to Pass the Time by Bright Eyes. I read it a long time ago, the lyrics, but if any of you guys want to check it out, I'm going to put a link in the description. It's just something that's really speaking to me right now. I went for a run and I listened to it right afterwards, and it just made me cry like a baby. I'm recommitting myself to this whole process as if I have a choice. It's happening whether I like it or not, so I might as well just smarten up and participate.